Hi there, Taurus. It's Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. I'm looking at your chart for the month. It's interesting, we've just had a full moon and it's still pretty bright up in the sky. This full moon's happening in your 12th sector, and a few different meanings in the Hindu astrology relating to this. They call this Sukha. Sukha means the pleasures of the bed. Most Western astrologers take the 8th house for pleasures of the bed. This is pleasures of the bed. They say that because this 12th house is a secret house, and obviously intimate matters are kept secret usually. But it's also to do with meditation, spiritual emancipation, quietly reflecting on one's own sense of self. So there's a lot of that energy going on as the month commences. I think you'll find, however, by the 15th, 6th, 10th, 14th to the 16th, there'll be a new moon, and that's going to occur in your zone of work, the environment that you work in, and that's probably going to be very refreshing for you. It means a very, very quick change of your routine. You've also got Mercury there, which is going to do a what we call a backflip, a retrogression. I think it's around the 8th, if I can just check that for you. Mercury is stationary on the 5th, my apologies. So around the 5th up until the 26th when it goes direct again. It sounds like a contradiction there. A lot of changes in your work. What may happen there under these sort of transits is that you can hear news or be given some notification of impending changes. So what happens there is that the communication, that's Mercury, happens, but the actual practical ability to get that happening is not going to be so easy. So let me just have a look here. I'm going to turn this Facebook off. You know, it sort of annoys me when I'm doing readings for people. Just let me log out here so I can focus clearly on your charts and tell you what's happening. Your ruling planet's Venus. The other important transit there on the 18th of October is the transit of Mercury over Venus. Here we see that that's happening in your 4th zone. Actually, at that time, Venus may have moved out of this 4th zone of domestic. Let me just have a look here for you. No, it will still be in that position there. So your domestic situation, communications with family, mother, siblings, that sort of thing is very important for you. And we see your ruling planet is also in this zone of the horoscope. So your family affairs have been very, very strongly focused. We see in the next few weeks there's going to be very powerful, in fact, next couple of weeks, the very powerful opposition from your ruling planet to Neptune. Now that can bring some issue of relationship into focus, or if you've got children, that may be an area that's going to concern you a little bit. You may not be able to deal with what's happening. So you're going to have to dig deeply into that arsenal of spiritual awareness and enlightenment that you're going to gain the first part of the month, that full moon that we've seen. Pardon me. The position of Venus in this 5th zone of your horoscope is its place of fall. What we mean by that is your ruling planet is in its weakest zodiac sign of Virgo at that time. So that can show generally, and I'll give you the date for that as well, Taurus, so you know exactly when these transits are likely. That happens on the 24th of October. You have to be careful at that time because you may run into a bit of a brick wall. You may lose a little bit of confidence in yourself. And that, as I said, relating to your relationships, but also your creativity may be a little bit burdensome for you. There's strong idealism under this transit. You know, the Neptune causes you to think outside of your usual practical self. So you're going to be aspiring to some, you know, to some creative ventures, to, you know, reach in and rediscover your inner child, which I think is important just now. So let's look here after that date. We see the Sun conjoining Venus on the 25th. So that's also going to add some difficulty. This is called combustion. When a planet like Venus or Mars is very close to the Sun, then the energy can be burnt up. Now that can even herald a very significant event that can burn you out literally. So you need to be resilient for the first 3 weeks of October. Take your vitamins, sleep well, breathe deeply. Don't worry too much about things you can't change. And just be mindful when you come into this period around the 24th on. Breathe even more deeply. Just be proactive at that time, not reactive. If you're vulnerable because you're a little bit weak, a bit down physically, lacking in the emotional resilience that you need, then that can be a trying time for you. But we do see the 31st of October, one final aspect to your ruling planet. That's showing where this is all probably going as far as obsession with relationships, some relationship matters that you can't seem to settle. You may have to do something by the last few days of the month. And if you'd like to know more about this, of course, we have our textual monthly readings at the website www.astrology.com.au. Just a bit of a snippet here. We have our dailies there as well. I'd like you to maybe tune into that for your daily dose of astrological insights, and our daily meditations, which people really, really love. So look forward to seeing you there. And next month here again, Taurus, thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.